There were two brothers in a village, and they were so different in nature from each other that anyone who would have witnessed their behavior would have find it quite difficult to believe they had the same upbringing. But believe it or not, they were brothers. One used to do all the good works, did his job honestly, treated his family with courtesy, taught his sons or daughters with the best of the disciplines, and the other, who used to get drunk every day, beat his wife, kids, used to abuse each and everyone he used to find across the street, and used to get into unnecessarily quarrels across the town. Now, Vista, out of curiosity, went to the other guy, the younger brother, and asked to him, "What happened to you? I mean, why do you beat your kids, your wife? Why are you so hothead?" He said, "When I was a kid, my father used to come drunk and beat my mother and us. I decided to be like him. This is what I learned from him. This is what I've seen, and I have become so." Then he again went to his elder brother, who was much more polite and a very good guy. He asked the same question again from the elder brother. "What happened to you? You had the same upbringing. How is you so different?" He said, "When I was a kid, my father used to get drunk, beat my mother and me. He used to quarrel everyone, and I didn't like it. And I decided that day that I won't be like him. I'll be different. I'll prove myself and turn out to be a really good man." The lesson? It depends on us. These are all excuses that what was just bestowed upon you, and you have this character or the style of behavior. A similar thing I realize in my case also, because many times character of a person, the behavior, attitude of a person is attributed to what he has inherited from his parent lineage. But I think it's very much possible to mold your behavior by social observation. You can always improve upon your reaction, the way you behave, the talk, the helping behavior. These all sorts of things can always be molded, because as you grow up, your conscience is there for you to make you observe what is right, what is wrong. Are you making unnecessarily fun of each other? That is making someone hurt and come out harsh to you, and you do repulse him, and there happens to be a friction between the two, and you feel like the whole world is bad and none is doing any good to you. Was it the case? No, it was you who started all this thing, and you think that is the case, and you are just hot-headed, and you get angry, and you abuse everyone around you. You criticize easily. You find it the easiest thing to do is just open your mouth and say all the bad things that you can say. I don't believe this ideology. As I've grown up, as a kid, I really used to be a stingy guy. Stingy, as well as the one who used to feel jealous of the one who is getting at par with me, or maybe overtaking me in the growth. If someone asked me from a book, and I used to lie that I don't have a book, I don't have the money, I don't think I'm going to accompany you, because in the inside I thought I'm wasting my time. So most of the times I used to have this negative attitude. Maybe I was good in academics and people used to follow me, and I had this social stature in the school which made me think I'm a superstar, but that was not the case. As I turned back, I think the way I behaved would have been very much aberrant to all my classmates. But is that the excuse to be like that even today? No. It is always the excuse. And can I blame it upon my father or mother, who I think are pretty much decent, and my radical thinking and way of questioning each and everything that is posed to me? I can thankfully say to my father that he was the one who opened the box of brain and said to me, question everything and use your logic. But apart from that, there's always a scope of polishing yourself, your behavior. If you've read the book from Dale Carnegie, the granddaddy of all the self-help books, I haven't completed but a portion of it, and it has really influenced me. I don't know if I go through the entire book and really start implementing into my life, what kind of person I will be. But one of the things that really touched me the most was never ever criticize. You unnecessarily antagonize the person you are criticizing, because it's not going to help it. Because when you do, what you realize, you may satisfy your ego, but on the other hand, that person is never going to take your point, take by your point. He may take it as a sort of insult that you have just provoked on him, but that is not the truth. You might have satisfied your ego, but you unnecessarily make an enemy out of him. The best way to do is to just make your point in a friendly manner, and there are other ways which can be learned through extensive behavioral patterns, and you can always know, if you observe carefully, what is right and what is wrong, and make it the rule number one: never ever criticize. Never. Try to help as best as you can, but just follow the first principle: never ever criticize, and trust me, you'll have much more lesser person hating you. There's the least you can do. There's one line I would like to end with this lecture with: if you can't say something nice, better keep your mouth shut. That makes sense, and you'll see many of the negative comments on very good articles. They are always downwards on, no matter how good the video is. So they always be the naysayers. You do not necessarily need to be the one of them. Be the good person, try to evolve. You are human, you are given the brains, one of the best brains life has ever been given on earth. Use that and be the good person. And that's what you will be remembered for, right? So that's all from my side today. There you go. Bye.